The 22nd July 2019 Raw Reunion was a lot of fun for the WWE Universe, but it also pointed out the current crop of WWE Superstars' failings. Join us now as WrestleLamia looks at the sad reality of today's WWE roster. Last night's Raw Reunion featured a cavalcade of stars from the Rock and Wrestling era to the New Generation to the Attitude era and to the Ruthless Aggression era. No matter what era you grew up in, the WWE brought back fan favorites for a healthy dose of nostalgia and fun. Anyone who didn't like the show either hates wrestling or simply isn't a WWE fan. Sadly though, the show also pointed out a serious problem in the WWE, its current roster. Bringing back the stars from yesterday has traditionally been a good way to pop a rating and give lapsed fans a chance to check out the current generation. However, while fans got to remember what they loved so much about the past, they were also reminded that the current crop of superstars seems to be missing something. Number 1. Main eventers and mega main eventers. The WWE has had some talented main eventers including Seth Rollins, Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns and Kofi Kingston, but are any of them comparable to past main eventers such as Hulk Hogan, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Mick Foley, Stone Cold Steve Austin or The Rock? Even the much maligned John Cena overshadows today's crop of WWE main eventers. Today's generation of WWE main eventers are some of the best in the industry, but are they mega main eventers? Do they have the same name recognition that Hulk Hogan had in his prime or even today? To be blunt, there's no comparison. One need look no further than Bray Wyatt's attack on Mick Foley last night. It's arguable Wyatt got over far more laying out Foley than he did attacking Finn Balor the previous week, largely because Foley's a mega main eventer and Balor isn't even in the main event. The Fiend's attack on Foley was well done, showing how a new star, or in Wyatt's case a repackaged star, gets over by laying people out. The bigger victim, the better the attacker looks, and taking out a megastar like Foley using his own finisher was a way to get Wyatt over as a legitimate threat. Now this isn't a case about hating the WWE or preferring another promotion, it's an evaluation of today's roster. Whether you look at ticket sales or TV ratings, fans just don't seem to care about today's product like they used to. The entertainment trade magazine Variety recently profiled the WWE's ratings decline, noting, "The total audience for Raw plummeted 20% over the first half of the year compared with the same period in 2018, losing an average of 616,000 viewers per episode. SmackDown is down almost as much, registering a 17% drop, shedding 446,000 viewers. WWE is still one of the most watched cable shows on Monday and Tuesday, but the year-over-year declines represents an accelerating downturn compared with 2018 versus 2017 when the difference was negligible. Some believe Vince McMahon doesn't want any one star to outshine the other, which is why he tries to balance each main eventer against other wrestlers, never letting one get so popular that they're in a class by themselves. If true, it's a terrible move as you can never have too much money and you can never have too many main event stars, something that WWE constantly deals with thanks to unexpected injuries. Whatever the reason, injuries have become increasingly common in the WWE and it's not unusual for any number of superstars to be out. Number 2. Missing the boat. The WWE has blown several opportunities to capitalize on breakout stars that the fans were wild about. While the WWE wisely gave Kofi Kingston a chance to main event, and so far he's been doing a fantastic job as WWE Champion, the promotion missed some excellent opportunities with the following stars. Number 1. Braun Strowman. The former strongman competitor wowed fans during his feud with Roman Reigns, so much that the monster among men was cheered despite being a heel. Although the WWE put Strowman into Universal Championship matches against Brock Lesnar, he quickly became Lesnar's go-to job guy, weakening his push. Too many turns between heel and face, as well as subsequent programs against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, along with his feud with Saturday Night Live performers Colin Jost and Michael Shea, furthered his image as a comedy act rather than a legitimate force in the WWE. Strowman's character remains in limbo, and of all the names on the WWE roster, he's someone who could become a mega main eventer if he was only used properly. Number 2. Rusev. The popularity of Rusev Day speaks for itself, but the WWE has yet to figure out a way to elevate him into a main event player. Here's a clue though, make him dominant against opponents and keep feeding him wrestlers from the bottom to the top until the fans realize his push isn't going away like it has so many times before. Is Rusev a guy who could become a mega main eventer? It's hard to say, but he can do so much more for the WWE than he's currently doing, and his career is another example of why the current roster doesn't compare to the past roster. Number 3. Wasting ready main eventers. Whether it's injuries, fan burnout, or wrestler burnout, which can lead to superstars heading out of the WWE needs to constantly create new superstars. In these cases, the WWE has performers waiting to main event that have been given an opportunity. Let's take a look at some examples. Number 1. Samoa Joe. The Samoan submission machine has repeatedly shown he can work with any superstar, ranging from high flyers such as Rey Mysterio and Ricochet, to brutes such as Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. His mic skills and ring psychology are seen whenever he's in front of a camera, yet the WWE continues to treat him as a jobber, throwing him an occasional win before they feed him to someone new. Number 2. Drew McIntyre. While Drew McIntyre doesn't have the same level of experience as Joe, he certainly has shown he can hang with any main event player. The problem is that, like Joe, he tends to count the lights far more than he should. McIntyre has the makings of a true monster heel, yet he's been spinning his wheels on Raw for the last year. Number 3. Shinsuke Nakamura. The New Japan Pro Wrestling sensation has everything he needs to try his hand at the main event, or more to the point not pushing them, all but doomed him from his debut on the main roster. Whether he worked as a babyface or heel, Nakamura could have been a main eventer. Instead, he's holding the meaningless Intercontinental Championship. Number 4. Pushing the wrong people. Not only has the WWE wasted some top talent, but it's wasted the fans' time by pushing wrestlers who have no business in the main event. Here are 2 big examples. Number 1. Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin is a guy that may rise to the main event someday, but he's not there yet, and the fans know it. So why did the WWE waste the fans' time pitting the Lone Wolf against Seth Rollins for the Beast Slayer's WWE Championship? A champion is only as good as his opponents, and Rollins' Universal Championship reign should have him fighting a top opponent, whether it was AJ Styles, Drew McIntyre, or Roman Reigns. Number 2. Shane McMahon. Not much need to be said about Shane O'Mac except that he's best used for limited programs before fading into the background. Instead, Shane has been in several high-profile programs on TV and on pay-per-view, taking valuable time from full-time performers and making his opponents such as The Miz look weak. But number 5, are there any potential mega main eventers? Now, something that is alarming is key WWE stars are appearing on TV, but ratings are not responding. According to Variety.com, of the 10 active wrestlers referred to by WWE co-president George Barrios in the Q1 2019 earnings call as those whose absences had a negative impact on our engagement metrics, the vast majority have made a large number of appearances in Q1 and Q2, yet buy rates are still down. Now, few fans will question the depth and breadth of talent in today's WWE, whether it's the stars of NXT or the main rosters of Raw, SmackDown and 205 Live. The WWE has a talented pool of performers comprised of men and women, yet there's no mega main eventers that stand out like past superstars already mentioned, despite their appearances on TV. However, the WWE does have some stars that might break out into rarefied air of the mega main eventer. As we mentioned before, number 1, Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman still has some credibility as a main eventer, but the WWE needs to squeeze the trigger and push him as a top star in the mold of Hulk Hogan, a powerhouse babyface who does whatever is necessary to deal with heel opponents. Number 2, Alexa Bliss. While the goddess's frequent injuries make her in-ring career questionable, her charisma, beauty and ability to talk make her an asset no matter what she does. Bliss is the kind of wrestler who can become a top attraction based on her personality rather than her wrestling skills. Number 3, Kofi Kingston. The WWE should give Kofi a few more months to see how much he can build on his current popularity. There's no guarantee he could become a mega main eventer, but he seems to have the charisma and wrestling ability to main event at a higher level. Kofi is a great role model, and like any mega main eventer, he's someone that could bring in a mainstream audience. With Fox reportedly pushing SmackDown Live with an intense advertising campaign, Kofi could be the guy to make SmackDown must-see TV. Number 4, Bray Wyatt. Bray's Fiend character could be the jumpstart his career desperately needed after years of misuse in the WWE. His incorporation of psychology and horror seems to have much potential for becoming a revolutionary character and one who might bring in fans of horror and other dark elements. Number 5, Kevin Owens. It's too early to tell what the future holds for Kevin Owens, but his babyface turn has put him over tremendously, and his program against Shane McMahon has fans comparing their dynamic to Steve Austin vs Vince McMahon. Like Kofi Kingston's surge in popularity, the WWE needs to run with KO as much as they can, seeing if he can jump from a main eventer to a mega main eventer. And last but not least, Bayley. Of all the WWE's women wrestlers, the huggable one has the in-ring skills and charisma that have made her popular with younger fans. If she's booked as a tough underdog, as the WWE has been doing the last few months, she has a chance to connect with a larger audience and cross over into the mainstream. But there you have it guys, the sad reality of today's WWE roster. Let us know whether you think today's stars have the potential to become mega main eventers. As always, subscribe if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.